All right, so good morning, everyone. It's 11:30, so we'll go ahead and get started. My name is Nick Lichetti. I am a meteorologist here at the National Weather Service in Raleigh, and I want to thank you all for attending this week's Thursday weekly briefing. And this briefing will cover the period December 9th through December 15th. All right, so just right off the bat here, I just want to show you the surface maps for our upcoming weather pattern. So in the upper left corner, we have a map showing tonight and Friday. So you can see here that we actually have a area of high pressure that's currently overhead, but is forecast to move offshore this evening. So that's going to pretty much keep conditions dry tonight and for most of Friday. But what we will see is kind of similar to last night. This morning we had pretty cold temperatures. So this is a chilly high pressure, so we should still see lows tonight in the mid-30s widely. But again, dry conditions are expected tonight. We will see some increasing clouds tonight into tomorrow as well. So then for Friday, a warm front is forecast to lift across the region, which will increase temperatures some during the day tomorrow. But we are, again, expecting pretty much dry conditions. However, later in the day, there might be some light drizzle across the far western Piedmont and portions of central North Carolina. So then we transition to Saturday, which is this upper right panel. And you can see that we have this pretty extensive cold front that's going to approach the area. But before it gets here, ahead of the cold front, we're going to have really strong, warm southerly flow across the region, which is going to increase temperatures to near record highs for Saturday. And it's also going to bring really gusty winds, so anywhere from 20 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts are expected through much of the day Saturday. So we're actually forecasting upwards of 15 to 20 degrees above normal high temperatures across the region, upper 70s across the south to mid 70s across the north. And to just give you an idea of the record highs for that day, we looked it up, and for specifically on December 11th, the record high is 74 at RDU, 78 at GSO, and 88 degrees at Fayetteville. So we will approach these temperatures, so that'll be interesting to see if we can actually reach those. But again, ahead of this cold front, it's going to be pretty warm, or very warm on Saturday, and we're going to see some gusty winds as well. Then later in the afternoon and evening, a band of rain showers associated with this cold front is going to push through the region. So our far western portions will see the rain first, and then it'll exit the far eastern portions of central North Carolina overnight into Sunday morning. And unfortunately, the latest guidance is actually kind of trended downward with the total amount of precipitation expected with this system. So right now we're only forecasting anywhere from a few tenths of an inch to a quarter of an inch widely. And then later next week, high pressure is going to build in behind this cold front. As you can see in these bottom two panels here, and dry and sunny conditions are going to return. And we'll see it'll be a little chilly on Sunday, but then we're going to see a warming trend as we continue into the middle of next week. So that's kind of our upcoming weather pattern here. So how much rain are we expecting? These maps are courtesy of the Weather Prediction Center. So this is our forecast for total QPF. And again, you can see today, Thursday, and most of the Friday, we're expecting dry conditions. They're putting in there some, upwards of a few hundredths of an inch possibly across the western Piedmont. But other than that, not expecting much of rain on Friday. And then on Saturday, the cold front comes in the afternoon and evening with that band of showers. And again, we're only expecting up to maybe a quarter of an inch. And then early next week into middle next week, you can see we're not expecting any rain. And, if we accumulate all this up, 7-day total in the bottom right there, most of that's coming from the Saturday system. Again, we're only expecting upwards of a few tenths to a quarter of an inch, unfortunately, for the next 7 days. So that kind of, I just want to show you this as well, since we're not expecting much rain. Just want to kind of show you the latest drought monitor, U.S. drought monitor graphic courtesy of the NC State Climate Office, as you can see here. So this was actually released today. And I just want to preface that this does not include the rainfall that we received yesterday. So they actually made this assessment on December 7th, which was, I believe, what was that, on Tuesday? So this does not include the rain from yesterday. But nonetheless, you can see in the lower left corner here the previous week's drought map and then this current week. And the main takeaway here is that they expanded the severe drought across most of eastern North Carolina here. So even with yesterday's rain, which again is not included in this analysis, there's still drought conditions across the area. Kind of switching gears here, we wanted to mention that for Saturday night's system, the Severe Prediction Center did recently introduce a marginal risk for isolated thunderstorms Saturday afternoon and evening across our far western portions of central North Carolina. I just wanted to make you aware of that. We're not really too convinced here in the Raleigh office that there'd be any real concerns for severe weather, but the Severe Prediction Center did put out a marginal risk. But we are forecasting that there could be some isolated thunder associated with the passage of this cold front and the rain showers that are going to come through. So I just want to make you aware of that. And then kind of switching gears again, just looking ahead, long-term forecast-wise, this is the 8 to 14-day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. So on the left, we have the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook. And then on the right, we have the 8 to 14-day precipitation outlook for the East Coast, or the Southeast here. And the main takeaway here is that in the temperature plot here, you can see that they're very highly confident that we will see above average temperatures for the period December 16th through December 22nd. So they're expecting a pretty good chance of above average temperatures in that time range. And then if we switch over to precipitation, they're expecting near normal precipitation for those west of Raleigh, and then kind of low probabilities that you might see below normal precipitation east of Raleigh. So again, long term, it doesn't look like there's any serious drought busters on the way. So just a quick summary from this briefing. Again, we're expecting dry weather today through Friday, possibly maybe some light drizzle Friday evening might occur across the western Piedmont, but you wouldn't really see anything more than traced a couple hundredths of an inch with that. And then we turn to Saturday. We're going to see warm and breezy conditions ahead of this cold front that's approaching. Again, we might see near record temperatures ahead of that front. So that'll be interesting to see if we can reach those. Then the rain associated with the cold front will basically pass through in the afternoon through the early Sunday morning time frame. And the rainfall totals that we're expecting with that will be probably most likely light, maybe a couple tenths to a quarter of an inch widely. And then again, dry conditions and a slight warming trend returns for the middle of next week. And then lastly, again, just to mention, the Severe Prediction Center does have a marginal risk out for some isolated severe storms with this cold front on Saturday. But again, here in the office, we're more so thinking that just maybe be some isolated thunder associated with that passage. So with that, I want to thank you all for attending. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.